What do auditors really need to know to submit a proposal? Do they really need the current year-to-date financials when I already sent them the prior year audited financials plus the 990? Okay, got that. Yes, the answer is yes, and here's why. You don't want to get overcharged, right? So the more information you can give the auditor, that decreases their risk. So if they see last year's financials, but they don't know what happened this year, they don't, and especially if they're proposing to be your auditors for the first time, they don't know what kind of consistent history you have. And the less they know, the riskier it is from their point of view, and that's going to drive up their bidding price. And ultimately, that could rob your organization of A, getting a good deal, B, getting a good auditor. So, if you go for a bid solely based on price and a really good auditor has to unfortunately beef up the price because they didn't know enough, then that could rob your not-for-profit organization of an opportunity to get a good price with a great auditor. So some examples, how would an auditor use current year's financials? First of all, they compare it to last year's, because that's what auditors do. Yeah, how did the auditor cross the road? He looked in the file to see how it was done last year. Got that. We need a laugh track. We need a laugh track for this because I can't hear you, but I know you're laughing. I have faith. So anyhow, if an auditor looks at this year's financials versus last year and sees A, that everything is pretty much the same, proportionately, right? You're not 100% of the way through the year. You're partially through the year. So the auditor looks and sees basically the proportions this year are about the same as last year. That can drive down the price because if your company is stable, we have fewer questions to ask, fewer, as they call it in the profession, inquiries, fewer inquiries to make. It could also signify that the records will be easier to find and fewer auditing procedures will be required. As such, that can make it a lot easier for the auditor, and anything that makes it easier for the auditor can drive down your price. Don't you want to do that before they respond to your RFP? So I would say those are among the highest and best uses of sending the current year's financials. So yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and send out those financials. And it also lets the auditor know when you can respond timely and openly to their request for information, that decreases the auditor's risk, which also can decrease the auditor's what? Price. I know, exactly. So auditors are all about the relationship between risk and other numbers. So yeah, absolutely give them the information that they need.